Bonjour Ethan et bienvenue au Corpo Jeudi. Right guys, I hope you're all well and ready for today's lesson. It's a good one today, it's a big one. So last time we talked about what we wanted to do as tourists in a French town, what we wanted to visit, and we looked at some alternatives for the verb to want and how to say it. Today we're doing something a bit more genuine, some genuine French. What we're going to do is we'll be looking at tourist attractions in French, so like posters and leaflets from tourist places, and your mission is to understand them. So there's going to be lots of French you don't know, lots of French you have to work out, but some absolutely genuine French. Now, why is this good for you? It comes up on your reading exam and your listening where you have to like work out unknown French and look at genuine resources. But guys, this is why we're here. You will go to France and you will need to look at these posters and these leaflets and work out what time or like how much something costs, and you will be able to do that after this lesson. Now, I know a lot of people say, yeah, but everyone speaks English in France, and like in Paris, which is what we're looking at today, yeah, you're probably right. Like all the tourist attractions in Paris, they will speak English, but it's not about that. You'll go to different parts of France. If you go to the countryside where they won't speak any English, and without French you won't be able to do absolutely anything. And also, even if you are in like a massively tourist place like Paris, which is absolutely amazing, you should really go there in the future when Corona's over. Like look at the picture that we've got in the start of this lesson. It is beautiful. Even if you go there and people do speak English, you'll find that if you speak French, you get a lot better experience of a place. First, people always say like French people are miserable and really moody, and well, no, it's wrong. It's a stereotype, and that's mainly because they just don't like British tourists because they're annoying and they don't speak any French and they find that really rude. So if you can speak a bit of French to them, they absolutely love you if you've made the effort and you go for it and speak French. So try it out. The other thing is, if you can speak French when you're visiting a French place, you're just going to have a much different experience. You're not going to see exactly the same things as every other British tourist will see. You'll see things differently. You'll do things differently. You'll open up different parts of like the French-speaking world that you won't have seen if you were just English. So it is so important. By the end of the lesson, you will be perfect. You'll be ready to do this today. So it's going to be a big lesson. Let's make a start. You know what to do. Donc, s'il vous plaît, mes petits, il faut inventer la date, copier ça, copier le titre pour aujourd'hui qui dit les affiches touristiques, qui veut dire en anglais the tourist posters or tourist attraction posters. Et ici, vous avez votre contrôle de post-it, vous savez ce qu'il faut faire. Mettez Mr. Ennis sur pause, essayez de répondre aux 6 choses ici et copier la date et copier le titre. On y va! Alors mes petits, right guys, if you've restarted me, you're ready for this today. Let me explain what we're going to do and then very quickly talk about our poster note test. So we're going to look at posters, leaflets, anything to do with tourist attractions and see how well you can understand them. We'll do that for some reading and some listening. We're going to revise question words as well, and we're looking at an exam skill, answering questions in French. On the foundation paper, it's in 2 of the questions, and the higher paper, don't know how many, but it's in a lot of the questions that you actually physically have to write your answer in French. That is going to be a challenge, but after today you'll be much happier with it. So that's what we're going to do today. Let's go into our contrôle de post-it. Donc numéro 1, I want to see, je veux voir, or you can have j'ai envie de voir or j'ai l'intention de voir. Any alternatives I'll give it. I want to go, je veux aller. I want to go up, je veux monter. I remember talking about this to you last time. Remember, monter is the verb to go up, like monter le Tour Eiffel, monter le Sacré-Cœur. Voilà. Just think like getting on a horse, you'd mount a horse. So this is the verb you need to remember. I have envy of is one of our alternatives to say I want. Still love this phrase, j'ai envie de, and then use your infinitive, j'ai envie d'aller, j'ai envie de faire, j'ai envie de parler. That's what you need. Numéro 5, I'm passionate about. You say, je me passionne pas, and then your infinitive, or you could say, j'ai une passion pas. And then, here one can. This is a classic. We have, ici on peut, and then put your infinitive. So, ici on peut visiter, ici on peut aller, ici on peut faire. That's what you need to do. So guys, that's our verbs for today. Give yourself a mark at how many you've done. What I want to do now is test you on what you know and how well you can work out some of our key vocab. Alors mes petits, la première activité now today It's really about working out the unknown and using your skills to work out some language you won't have seen before. That really mirrors the exam and what you'll need to do, and also your time in France. Donc, ce qu'il faut faire maintenant, dans la boîte bleue, ici, vous avez tout le vocabulaire en français. Ici, dans la boîte rouge, vous avez les mêmes choses en anglais. Essayez de trouver la paire entre le français et l'anglais ici. 5 aujourd'hui, c'est le cible. 8 ou plus, c'est très bien. Donc, c'est 2 minutes. Donc, mettez-moi ce pause et essayez pour 2 minutes pour trouver la paire. Si on finit tôt, il y a un défi additionnel ici. Part of the role play, and what you'll need to do is you'll need to ask questions, particularly about a tourist thing, and that's what this extra challenge is all about. Donc, utilisez le vocabulaire que tu viens de trouver la paire avec ici et essayez de traduire comment dit-on what are the opening times en français, comment dit-on is there a student discount en français. Utilisez le vocabulaire ici pour vous aider. Put me on pause for 2 minutes, guys. When you restart me, I'll go through your answers. Hello, alright guys, you should be ready for me now. So let's go through our answers. Any more than 5, I think you've done really well today. If you've got all 11, brilliant. Because I've not taught you any of this. This is all new vocabulary. You just have to use your skills to work it out. Alors, le premier, les horaires de ouvre-tard. So les horaires is like a timetable, and then ouvre-tard comes from the verb ouvrir, to open. So it matches to G. Voilà, it is the opening times. Numéro 2, la duration. C'est exactement, c'est pareil au mot anglais duration, et ça veut dire the length of something. The duration of something is how long it lasts. Numéro 3, les tarifs, c'est aussi similaire à un mot en anglais qui est H. Voilà, the price list is the tariff. So, like you can have your what phone tariff you choose, or what internet tariff you choose. It's got a different list of prices for it. Donc, c'est la visite avec numéro 4. Tarif réduit, ça veut dire J, reduced price, literally reduced tariff. Numéro 5, le prix d'entrée. Now, you might have seen this word before. If you're like a motorsports fan, F1 fan, you'll see the Grand Prix. And you might think, what does that mean? What does prix mean? So prix literally means like prize or cost in this sense, price. So they call the Grand Prix the big price or the big prize, and it's because it used to be the biggest race where you'd win a lot of money to win it. So that's where it gets its name from. Here it means price. Le prix d'entrée, it looks like enter, so the entry price. I, le prix d'entrée. Numéro 6, interdit aux animaux. This is, it should be aux animaux. It's a mistake here. Terrible. Should be a U and X. The plural of animals is animaux. Interdit aux animaux veut dire F. Animals not allowed. Unlucky Molly Mash and Lily. Alors donc, numéro 7, en endroit à visiter, ça veut dire B, a place to visit. Numéro 8, être ouverte veut être G, opening hours. A, to be open. Numéro 9, être accessible. Ça veut dire K, to be accessible. So you can say, is it accessible for someone with a wheelchair? Être accessible. Numéro 10, list is really similar in lots of languages. It's just English, it's very different. Gratuit, c'est comment dire free en français. Donc voilà, c'est free. Gratuit, I think in Italian it's gratis or something like that. You will see that word. Gratuit veut dire free. Et finalement, numéro 11, pour les étudiants, vous êtes les étudiants, ça veut dire for students. Right guys, give yourself a mark out of 11. A really good effort here. Did anyone get onto the extra challenge? Let's have a look. So the opening times are les horaires de ouvre-tard. So you need to say, what are the opening times? This is it. Quels sont les horaires de ouvre-tard? Look at this. You can tell this is feminine and plural because this is feminine and plural version of quel. And then, is there a student discount? This is a discount. This is for students. So you needed to put it into a question. You should have, est-ce qu'il y a un tarif réduit pour les étudiants? Beautiful if you got that. You could also have y a-t-il if you invert this, un tarif réduit pour les étudiants. Guys, a really good effort here. Give yourself a mark out how many you've done. Now you'll need this activity for our next task. So it's not cheating to look at the words here to help you for the next one, because the next one we're going to push you out your comfort zone. What today is all about, seeing if you can understand some French you've not been taught, seeing if you can work it out. Alors mes petits, c'est la prochaine activité ici. Donc, cette fois dans la boîte bleue, vous avez le début d'une phrase. Vous êtes ouvert quel... Et ici, vous avez la fin des phrases. Donc, vous êtes ouvert quel... Trouvez la paire entre les deux. Donc, il y a 3 possibilités pour numéro 1 parce que j'ai utilisé la couleur jaune pour vous aider. Donc, 1, 2, 3. Les réponses possibles sont A, B et G. Voilà. Donc, vous êtes ouvert quel veut dire en anglais, you are open which, what. Over here we've got which, les horaires de ouverture. What do we say that meant? Vous êtes ouvert quel, combien de temps? Can you have quel and combien together? Vous êtes ouvert quel jour de la semaine? What days of the week are you open? Voilà, j'ai fait le premier par vue. Donc, trouvez la paix entre les deux. Puis, cherchez dans le texte pour le vocabulaire ici, mes petits. I reckon 4 minutes on this. Put 4 minutes on your timer on your phone. Put me on pause and go for it. Alors, mes petits, right guys, I'm going to go through the answers now. Let's match them up. Now, first one was done for you. Numéro 2. Il y avait seulement 2 possibilités. Quels sont les horaires du ouverture? U. Quels sont combien de temps? Et c'était A. Quels sont les horaires de ouverture? Qui veut dire en anglais, what are the opening times? You're literally saying, which are the hours of opening? Beautiful. Et donc, numéro 3, c'est facile maintenant. Les promenades durent combien de temps? Which means the walks or the trips last how many of time? That's how you say it in French. So how long is the trip is what you need. Remember, promenade is like a walk, but it can also mean like promenade en bateau is the boat ride. Promenade à cheval is the horse ride. Alors donc, les premiers toits sont faits. Numéro 4. Est-ce que les chiens, now your year 7 language needs to kick in here, les chiens are dogs. Donc, est-ce que les chiens sont amis? So, are dogs allowed? You're literally saying, is it that the dogs are admitted? Voilà. Alors, numéro 5, this is tough today. Quel est le prix d'entrée? C'est F. What is the entry price? All right, 2 to go. Est-ce que c'est accessible? Now, remember your tricks today. This is all really hard to understand. So think what matches to the language. If something's accessible and you're talking about a tourist attraction, who does it need to be accessible to? It's got to be or person handicapé. Voilà. So in English, we don't really use the word handicapped. We think it's not politically correct, but in French, it is politically correct. Remember, you never pronounce a H at the start of a French word. So you'd say this, handicapé, handicapé. And that is completely acceptable to say in French. Even though in English, you wouldn't say that. You usually say disabled. Et numéro 7, quelles sont les options pour manger? Voilà, right guys. That was really tough. Don't feel bad if you didn't get many of them or any of them. Hopefully now you've got a clearer idea of what you need to do. And this is what it's about today. Working it out from the clues you do have, like accessible, chien, working out what can go together. Let's look at this key vocabulary then. Days of the week are les jours de la semaine. Which or what are is quels sont. How long, combien de temps. You say how many of time. Which or what is the is quel est le. Donc quels sont, what are or which are. Quel est le, what or which is the. Is it that it is? So this is how you say is it. Est-ce que c'est? And it's here. Est-ce que c'est accessible? You literally say in French to say is it, you say is it that it is. Est-ce que c'est? Est-ce que c'est bien? Is it that it's good? Do you like it? There we go. Disabled people are les personnes handicapées. Opening times are les horaires de ouverture. And then finally, your entry price is le prix d'entrée, the price of entry. Right, that was tough. You've looked at some of the vocab. That's what it's about today. We're not going to teach this vocab explicitly. It's all about you working out the unknown. If you've done well on these tasks, you've done really well. If you found it tough going, that's just the way this lesson is today. Don't be disheartened. You're doing well. This is a tough level today. Alors mes petits, so 2 things to look at. We really are at the top of the difficulty when it comes to the reading and listening exam. There's 2 bad things about it, or 2 really challenging things. And the first one is genuine French text, because the French you learn in school is for you, and it's like GCSE French. But when they start using genuine texts, there's often language that we've not taught you, which is fine. That's the way a language is, but that's going to make it more challenging. The other challenging thing is actually answering in French, and that came with the new GCSE. You've got to write your answer in French, and the questions are in French, and what you need to do is written in French. So understanding the question and answering them are two key skills I'm going to go through now. Listen really carefully. This is really important for your exam. Alors mes petits, so remember for higher tier, it'll be the majority of your paper, including the questions, including what it does when it tells you what you need to do. They will be in French. For foundation, it's usually 3 activities out of 12. So this is what you need to remember. Get the most out of the question paper. Don't read a text first. Go through the questions. Even if they're in French, they give you a synopsis, an overview of what you're looking for. So know what the question is asking you. You've got to understand what the question's asking before you go for it. A lot of the time, people put in an answer. This isn't like marks that I mark. And the answer's right, but it doesn't answer the question. You've got to spend your time looking at this question and got to go for it. Third thing, we're always talking about synonyms. I kept banging on about it last lesson. It's because the examiner will use them to try and trick you to test your vocabulary. So if you can't find exactly the word in the question, what's something similar to match to it? And then finally, answering in French, you need to kiss the question, which stands for keep it simple, stupid. Yeah, because if you don't keep it simple, you're being an idiot. Keep it simple, student. Keep it simple, stupid. All you need to do is keep your answer really simple. People try and write like a whole sentence and they just talk themselves into a mess. You don't need to do that. You just need 1 or 2 words and that will get you the mark. Even at A level, that's the rule. Right guys, so let me show you what I mean about these 3 things. So first off, get the most out of the question paper. Know what the question is asking you, and then see and think the word families. Where can you match it? So, excuse me, well, this is your first activity today, so I don't want to spend too long on it. Quels sont les horaires de ouverture? So first off, I have to know what these question words means. Quels sont is which or what are. What are the opening times? Okay, so I've worked out what the question's asking me. Now I've got this text. I need to find it here. So where do we look? Here we go. So the opening times, that's my clue, horaire de ouverture. So it doesn't say this phrase anywhere on this. Look, it doesn't say it anywhere, nowhere on here. So what it does say though is ouverte, which means open. It's the past participle of our verb ouvrir. So what are the opening times? Ouverte tous les jours de 10h à 19h. Now, even if I didn't know ouverte was open, if I knew the question meant what are the opening times, I've just got to look for times. And there's nowhere else on this whole sheet where you've got time. It's just here, 10 to 7. Easy. So that's my answer. So here, I would just write, voila, don't know if it comes up, 10h, I just copy that phrase, 10h à 19h, and writing that, I'd get the mark. Easy. Let me show you another one. Quel est le prix d'entrée pour un étudiant? So if you don't understand the question, you're toast, mate, but we can work this out because we've just looked at this. What is the entry price for a student? Okay, so where does it talk about entry prices? It doesn't say prix d'entrée anywhere. It doesn't say the word prix, the price, anywhere, but there's a price on this. Obviously, it says this, tarif, tariffs, prices, and then we've got all these, adult, tarif réduit, enfant, famille. Okay, so I need to find student, and it does have the word student here, and they fall under this category. Tarif réduit, reduced price, €4.50. So that is my answer. All I need to write there is €4.50. I don't need to write le prix d'entrée pour un étudiant est €4.50. Do not do that. You'll lose marks and you'll lose time. Just write $4.50 and you got it, guys. So that shows you, hopefully, how important it is to understand these questions. When the questions are in French on your GCSE, if you don't know what it's asking you, you are toast. So get the most out of the question paper, start with the questions, understand them, and you've got to know the question words. How well do you know the question words? How well do you know? Alors, so you've had a little look at how it works and how I use the questions to find some answers in that activity. You've seen how important it is to understand these questions and know all the question words so you can know exactly what it's talking about. So, as I said in the last slide, how well do you know these question words? On va voir. Alors donc, c'est notre trouver la paire. Ici, on a 12 mots de question. I can't think of any more question words they've put in the GCSE over the years. Donc, 12 mots de question en français, 12 mots de question en anglais, Yaten, mettez-moi ce pause et trouvez le pair entre les mots en français et les mots en anglais. Let's say no time limit for this. See how many you can get. If you get 6, I reckon that'll be about normal. 12 would be fantastic. If you can do any more, voila. It says here, give 2 other words, question words. How to say since when? How to say for how long? See if you can give me any more. I'll be really impressed with that. Put me on pause. When you're ready, I'll go for the answers. Alors, right guys, I'm going to go for the answers now. How many did you get? Let's work it out. I knew this would be tough for you lot. I know a lot of you look at the display on BB9 or whenever a question comes up. There's none of that today, so let's do it. 6 would be a good mark. This is what you should have. Quel is how you say what or which. So remember, you can say what in English, but which would be a choice between 2 things. It changes for masculine, feminine, and plural, which is why you've got 4 ways to say it. Quel, voilà. Combien de veut dire how many. See, so to help you remember this, when I was learning this in school, I remember thinking if you combine things, you like put them together, you add them up. So combien de is asking how many, so combined how many there is. A little trick like that just helps you remember things really well. Alors numéro 3 et numéro 4, they're basically the same thing. Que and qu'est-ce que or qu'est-ce qui. You can have these either way around. So que is how you say what. Qu'est-ce que also means what, but it's also like what is it that. It can mean who or what, so it's got more meanings. Basically, you can use que and qu'est-ce que the same. They both mean what. Alright, numéro 5. Qui veut dire who. Voilà, qui. It can also mean which and that, and we've seen that. Qui s'appelle, who is called, but qui on its own with a question mark means who. Qui aime Kezia, person, par exemple. Alors, numéro 6. Est-ce que. I love this phrase. It literally means, is it that? So it matches to j'ai aujourd'hui. This is how you ask a question in French. Est-ce que tu aimes Inès? Non. Est-ce que tu détestes Inès? Oui. So est-ce que is all you need. It means, is it that? Est-ce qu'il y a? So put the two together, means, is it that there is? Or is there? Or are there? Est-ce qu'il y a une piscine? Est-ce qu'il y a une plage? Is it that there is? This is how you say it in French. Quel est and quels sont, so we know quel is which. So quel est, ça veut dire H, which is, et quels sont, ça veut dire I, which are. Donc, quels sont les bienfaits? Quelle est la différence? You'll see these words. Alors, numéro 10, U means where. Numéro 11, hopefully you got this one. Pourquoi means why. À, et finalement, à quelle heure, c'est comment dire at what time. À quelle heure est-ce qu'on finit aujourd'hui? Voilà, à quelle heure. Right, guys, you need to know these inside out, back to front. So one advantage we've got in French is sometimes we know exactly what's going to come up on your exam paper, and all 12 of these words will. So if you know them, that's 12 marks. If you don't, that's potentially 12 marks dropped. So let's see what we can do. Oh, yeah, there's our extra challenge. If you've got any more, well done. There we go. Alors, donc, on va jouer verbe au volleyball toute seule. Alors, ici, on a les 12 mots. Il faut savoir les 12 mots ici à l'envers. C'est pourquoi on joue verbe au volleyball toute seule à la maison aujourd'hui. Donc, ce qu'il faut faire, dit le anglais, le français, l'anglais, le français, contre le montre. Donc, sur ton portable, mettez un minuteur, un chronomètre et commencez le chronomètre quand tu commences. Par exemple, Misha has done, I've got my chronometer ready to time me, and it goes. Quel, which, combien de, how many, que, what, qu'est-ce que, what, qui, who, est-ce que, is it that, est-ce qu'il y a, is it that there is, quel est, which is, quels sont, which are, où, where, pourquoi, why, à quelle heure, at what time. I did that in 10 seconds and 37. Oh god, I'm so good at this. Right, guys, if you can beat that, send me an email, but I still won't believe you. You'll have to prove it. So put me on pause, see how quickly you can do this. 10 minutes 37, guys. 10 seconds 0.37. That's the time to beat. Put me on pause, see what you can do. Alors mes petits, right guys, so you should have had a go at this. Let's move on. Voilà, cette fois, c'est anglais, français. Let's have no preparation for this. 10 seconds, 0.37 is the time to beat. Put me on pause. 3, 2, 1, allez! Alors mes petits, right guys, you're doing really well so far. I think we can tick off the first one. We know one of our aims is to understand the questions in the target language. We'll put you to the test for that in a second, but today as well, you're answering questions in French. So, answering questions, I'm going to talk through how to do it now. Alors donc, so, this first came in for the new GCSE, but we've been doing this at A level for years. So I've just reused this slide, which is why it says A level in here. Don't worry, you've not signed up for anything yet. So this is what you need to do when you're answering in French. The whole point is that you need to keep it simple, stupid. When you've got it, and you can use my highlighting technique to locate where the answer is. When you've got to write that answer, you can't copy the whole sentence. If you just copy out a massive chunk, you're not going to get the mark, because if you include any information that's seen as irrelevant by the examiner, they just put a cross through it. And I see this all the time, like in year 11 mocks, they've got the right answer, but they've added like 2 extra words, which shows that they haven't understood exactly the text, so they lose it. Whereas if they just kept it simple, if they just answered in 2 or 3 words, they'd get the mark. So keep that in mind. Don't be a hero. Keep it simple, stupid. You need just the key phrase. Right, let me give you an example. So over here, all we need to do is keep it simple. We've already talked about this, how I've matched up the questions to where they are in the text for the answers, which is what all the highlighting is about. So for this, I've got to keep my answer simple. Quels sont les horaires d'ouverture? What are the opening times? If I copied all of this down, yeah, juillet, août, ouverte tous les jours, de 10h à 19h. If I just wrote all that in there, no marks. Just doesn't specifically answer the question. What are the opening times? All I need is this bit here, and that's my answer. 10h à 19h. Easy street. Same thing with number 2. I'll do this in red. So what is the entry price for a student? It's down here. So if I put tarif réduit jeune 12 à 17 ans étudiant demandeur d'emploi, this is talking about young people, unemployed people, disabled. I just want this. So the answer is €4.50, and that's what I need to write in there. Keep your answer simple or you will lose marks, guaranteed. Alright, so we've looked at both of these things, we've talked about them. Now's the time to put you on the test. Look at the sheet you've got for today. Et voilà, so guys, you know how this works, you know the rules. I'm going to go through each activity and explain what you need to do, then it's down to you to go for it. Alors, right guys, first activity. These are genuine resources, so they're going to be tough and there's a lot of unknown vocabulary to do. So for the first one, I've got you to find the vocabulary in French for these things. How do you say these words? Look for these in the text before you start answering the questions. These are like proper resources to get you going, and these words will help you out. Well, once you've found once you've found the vocabulary, then you can have a go at this activity here. Remember, what you start reading, always start with the question. So, quels sont les jours d'ouverture? What's this question asking you? Quel est le prix d'entrée pour un étudiant? What's this question asking you? And this will give you an overview of what you're looking for, so you can then look at this really tough, genuine resource over here, and you don't need to understand it all. You can just go through this bit and pick it out. So, answer the questions. This is the big one as well. Answer in English, you get no marks today. You've got to answer in French. So remember, keep it simple. I just want a simple thing. 11 o'clock, €13, whatever you can. Just keep it simple. No full sentences. Right, after you've done that, this is the one we looked at before. So no rewinding and looking at my answers. See what you can do with this. Same thing again. Read the questions first and then look at our poster and see if you can match them up from the questions to the poster and see what you can do. Then our extra challenge down here, guys, we've got one more. I've got another poster that we used to use when we went on the French trip. I think some of you did it. Mathilde, India, I remember you going on that French trip. Remember anyone else? But anyway, from that French trip, we went on Bateau Mouche, and the pictures are still up just before the MFL corridor, so you can go and have a look at them, see some embarrassing pictures of some people in year 10 now. So where was I? So that's the extra challenge, to have a look at their poster, the one we used, and see if you can work it out. So all of that to do, put me on pause. When you restart me, I'll go through the answers. Alors, on y va tout le monde, donc les réponses maintenant. Hopefully, I know you would have found this stuff, but hopefully you've had a feel for it. These are genuine resources, so it'd be great if you've done well in this and you've got a feel and you understand them, because it will be so handy next time you're in France. Right, let's look at this vocab first. Boats rides, we've done this before. Promenade en bateau, from and to, so de à. So from me to you, de moi à toi. De is from, really good like little word to know, and à is to, and they might seem like small little words, but they're so useful, these little prepositions. Every day except is tous les jours sauf. This word here means accept, and get used to seeing it because it will 100% be in your exam. And it's one of our trap words, you know, and like they ask them a straight question and they're listening like, what do you want to do today? And they say, well, I don't want to do this, but like, and they give like a really long answer to try and trick you. Sauf is something they do. So they say, I like everything except this. You need to know this word. Alors, open every day from ouverte tous les jours de, this word again. An unemployed person is a demandeur d'emploi, literally a demander of a job, someone asking for jobs because they've not got one. And then free, we've seen this word, but it's gonna come up so much. Gratuit is the word for free. Alors dans les réponses, you might have something slightly different here. As long as you've kept it simple and you've got like the inclusion of my answer, I'll give you the mark today. Donc, quels sont les jours de ouvre-tard? This question's asking you, remember, work the question out first. What are the days of opening? So we've looked at les horaires de ouvre-tard. This says les jours. What days is it open? Look on the poster. Where can we find the opening days? We're going to talk about the opening days. Ah, here we go. Départ tous les jours sauf le lundi. Alright, did you pick up on that sauf? So the answer is tous les jours sauf le lundi, every day apart from Monday. Or you could have named a mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi, dimanche. That would be fine as well. Keep it simple. Numéro 2. Quel est le prix d'entrée pour un étudiant? Qui veut dire, what's the entry price for a student? Alright, so can't find prix d'entrée, but we've got here tarif, and here they are. Where's a student? Doesn't say. Adults, enfants, gratuit, enfant de moins de 2 ans. Alright, so what are you going to do? It doesn't have the price for a student, but it does have our concessions here, and it says a kid who's under 12 is €3.50. Apart from that, there's nothing else. So I'd say a student would have to pay the adult price, €13. Voila, so €13. You only need €13 to get the mark. Alors, numéro 3. La promenade en bateau dure combien de temps? So we talked about this at the start. Dure, what does that mean? It comes from the verb durer, which is to durer or to last. So how long does the boat ride last for? There we go. So from this, you can match it to this. Durer, the duration, 1 heure environ, and that's your answer. Environ 1 heure or 1 heure environ, or just 1 heure. You don't need the environ, which means around about. And then finally, est-ce qu'on peut amener les chiens? Now this is tough. You won't know the verb amener. You don't really need to for this because it's talking about dogs. So it can only be asking, are dogs allowed? Amener is actually the verb to like carry or to bring an animal or a person, I think, or is that amener? Donc, est-ce qu'on peut amener les chiens? Can you bring a dog on? And what does it say? Nos amis, les chiens, sont acceptés. Our friends, the dogs, are accepted. So yes, oui is the answer. Les chiens sont acceptés. So you'll find, right, in France, dogs are allowed in places where they definitely wouldn't be allowed in England. Like you can go into like a fancy clothes shop and like someone's bought their like massive dog in, or like their like Alsatian or something like that. It's crazy. The French love their dogs. Alors, right guys, so I'm going to do this next activity a bit faster because we've already looked at a few of these. So let's start with the first one. Quels sont les horaires de livrateur? You should have got that right. We've talked about it about 5 times. Find it over here. So the next one. Est-ce que c'est fermé le weekend? Voilà, so this word here, fermé, is your absolute key. You've heard this, you hear me say it in class all the time. Before a vocab test, I'll say fermez les cahiers tout le monde. Fermez ça, which means to close. So, is it shut at the weekend? Where does it talk about the days? I can't see the word weekend anywhere, but it's over here. Ouverte tous les jours. Open every day. So is it shut the weekend? No. I mean, yeah, it should be no. No, it's not. Ignore that. No, it is not shut the weekend because it's open every day. The answer is non. Voilà. Right, there we go. Beautiful. Alors, numéro 3. Quel est le prix d'entrée normalement? So what's the normal entry price? Down here, look, tarif. This is how we find the entry price. This is tarif réduit, reduced for a kid, family ticket. So the normal one is just an adult one, which would be $7.50. Et voilà, €7.50. Look how simple I've kept that. I haven't done anything. I've just copied across the price to show I've understood the question. That's what it's all about. All right, next one. Quel est le prix d'entrée si on n'a pas d'emploi? Okay, this is all about your linked vocabulary. So what's the entry price if you don't have a job? So if you don't have a job, you are a demandeur d'emploi. You're like a job seeker is what you call it in England, but in French you call them a job asker. So they get a reduced price of €4.50. And then finally, à partir de quel âge? Oh, now this is a question word I don't think we looked at. À partir de means like from, literally parting from or starting from. What age is it that you have to pay? So it says less than 12, it is free. So the answer is from, oh no, it shouldn't be, there's two mistakes in this, oh my god. So it should be à partir de 12, from 12 years old. Here's the answer. From 12 years old, you've got to pay. There you go. Right, I can't believe that. Too wrong. So that's what you need to do, guys. Sorry for all the confusion. This is hard today. All right, so here's our extra challenge one. I'll be really impressed if you've done this. Some of you have actually been on this trip, and this is what you saw, and this is where you went down. Oh, I loved it. It's a beautiful moment. If you've not seen, go to the top of BB9, and there's some pictures of it. They're hilarious. So this is what you should have. Here's the answers. I'm just going to go through them. Pause me now and check what you've got. This is really impressive if you've done this. Next time you go to France, you can go on the Bateau de Mouche on your own because you've done this here. Right guys, a really strong effort today. What we're going to do to finish off is just put you to the test a bit more. Understanding posters when you're in France is pretty good. It's when you have to talk to people that's where it gets a bit tougher. We're going to do more of that next lesson on the role play, but I want to finish with a listening. Et donc, on your sheet, you've got this identical sheet here. It's over 4 pages today, and you've also got a link to follow, and then you've got a code to copy and paste. So do that and it will give you access to this sound file, and this is what you need to do. So it's our old posters, the posters we've looked at loads already today. Look, so that's good news. We've already seen these, we already know what it's about. So you've got first one, boat trip, and we've got the city of telecoms, which looks fantastically boring. So you've got these 2 places to visit, right? So it says this. First up, your extra challenge, they're going to say these words. So do you know what these words are? See if you can find them out when you're listening. See if you can write them in. When you look through the transcript, when I put the transcript up over the next few slides, you can fill these in if you can see them. So what you need to do, il faut écouter l'enregistrement et puis il faut décider c'est quelle publicité. Est-ce que c'est dépliant A? Voilà. U, est-ce que il décrit dépliant B? Écrivez ici soit A, U, B, U. C'est possible que c'est les deux aussi, A, oups, et B. Beautifully done. Donc, qu'est-ce que c'est, hein? Il faut décider. C'est A, B, U, A et B. Donc, follow that link, listen to this. On the next few slides, I'll show you the transcript so you can check your answers. Put me on pause now and follow the link and go for the listening. Et voilà, right guys, so this is what they said for each one. Read it through. Are they talking about poster A, poster B, or both of them? Here's your answers. Put me on pause, read through. Et voilà, right guys, 3 and 4, put me on pause, read through, check your answer. And finally, 5 and 6, put me on pause, check your answers. There's some really nice French in these ones. That's gonna mess you up. There we go, but this should help you here, and this. Alright guys, have a little read through. Alors, right guys, let me go through the answers. So you should have, the first one was B, la cité de télécom. The second one was A. Then it's B, numéro 4, A, numéro 5, c'est A, et B, c'est les deux. Et numéro 6, c'est B. Voilà, so mark out a 6 for that. And then here was our extra challenge. Some really nice extra challenge today I'll talk to you about. So you should know your seasons. This word interdit means banned. You're going to see this later on in schools as well. To say your husband, you say mon mari, like my married is how you can say it. You can also say mon époux for husband and ma épouse for wife, which is like my spouse, which is like your grandparents will know that word in English, but it's not really used anymore. A leaflet is en dépliant. Voilà, this is up here. Look, you could have got that easy. It's free, c'est gratuit. And then there's two options. Il y a deux options. I love it when French and English are like so similar. Right, I think you worked really hard on this today. A really good effort, guys, today. This was so tough. So your homework for next time then, remember I said every week, like I always get like emails saying like you set homework today but it's not due. With all like having to make these videos and upload them, it's so hard to keep on top of when's meant to be homework because I do all these videos in advance. So I just set you one a week when it links to the lessons, and this is your one for today. You've got a daily test on question words. We talked about how crucial these question words are. That is going to be at least 6 marks of your exam. So you need to know these question words. And then I've got a bit of genuine French for you today, yeah? So here, you've got some people who've written on the site, the French site TripAdvisor, about the Eiffel Tower. Like, why would you review the Eiffel Tower? And who would go and read the reviews on TripAdvisors? If you go to Paris, you want to see the Eiffel Tower, you want to go up it. But anyway, some people have done it. You've got A to J, where they talk about it, and then you've got 1 to 12, and all you need to do is match up the right person. So who says it's just as impressive when seen from below? Now, this is a lot of genuine vocabulary because genuine weirdos have written about the Eiffel Tower. So all you need to do is put the right letter here. So it'll be like A, B, C, match them up. Right, guys, and then you've got 2 more readings here and here. These are from the foundation book, so these are a bit easier. This is a real tough challenge, this one. So good luck with that. Right, I think you've been brilliant today, guys. A really, really good effort. This has been a slug. Well done. Keep working hard. I hope to see you soon. I hope lockdown ends soon. Alors, merci mes petits. Au revoir.